Welcome back to the B.A.K podcast. My name is Jason Kipp. With me today is Rojo and Aiden. And today we're going to talk about an intense debate that we've been having for a while between me and Aiden here. And that's whether or not we're in a simulation.
Well, okay. The debate is not necessarily that we're in a simulation, but there's a possibility that we are in a simulation. So the possibility of being a simulation is 50-50.
No, it's
right?
not.
Either
no, it's not.
We're in a simulation or we haven't reached the point yet where we are able to create a simulation as
no doubt a simulation
humankind.
will happen.
Yes. There are already simulations. People can already simulate things. In my history of evolution class, some of the coursework that I was doing was creating simulations for like breeding cows and like how genes transfer over into different generations. So you can already simulate those things.
Okay, so let's go over the actual theory first, and then I'm gonna start asking questions because I'm gonna make you like that. Just sounds idiotic. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh.
Okay.
It sounds so dumb.
I don't understand. Okay.
Early.
No,
we
the
can watch.
theory just sounds stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds just bizarre to me.
It sounds like
my thing is why? Why do we... What's the point of having a simulation?
To test different outcomes, to see how things would transform if different moments in history happened.
So, but how do we
or not
know
necessarily not necessarily that, right? Not necessarily where you can control, like, say Hitler was never fucking born.
Right.
I don't think that that's the outcome of creating a simulation. It's just allowing the course of humanity, right, or of all life on Earth to run its course, and maybe different things would happen.
So you think, like, if we were in a simulation, they could just, boom, pop in COVID. Let's see how these fuckers take COVID on.
Yeah, you could add things to the simulation.
But who's controlling this?
the people that made it?
The people that made it. So us, possibly, or if
So
we're already in a simulation,
You're saying
a higher power, whoever created our simulation. That's who it is.
So are there multiple simulations? Like, can there be like 3 running at the same time?
No.
And like in one there's COVID and another there's not, and another Dave Roberts
That's
gets
like
fired because he's an idiot.
That's like different dimension type shit. Because
No,
how
you
could
could-
the same
no,
simulation be
no.
put
But
on
it's a
one-
different simulation.
Well,
But I'm
yes.
saying, okay.
Yes, but they wouldn't. The simulations wouldn't merge with one another,
Exactly.
right? You would create one simulation, and you can't merge like two. It's like Kip was saying, 2 separate realities. That's what it is.
So, bro, there's a world out there where the Dodgers have won the World Series the last 3 years in a row.
It's not our world.
Just not our simulation.
I don't want to be here, man.
Yeah.
This shit sucks.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, so what was I gonna ask? So there's like a possibility. So anyone that created a simulation, right? Can they be living inside their simulation, or do you think they're watching it?
No.
You can't be in your.
You can't be
It's
in
not
a
like Spy
simulation.
Kids 3, man, where you can go into the fucking simulation.
So right now, if we're in a simulation, there's some guy in a fucking basement downstairs just watching, controlling the simulation.
Hey, you know what? He could probably be on his fucking phone right now.
We're being controlled like a fucking Among Us game right now.
Possibly, it could be that simple to create a fucking simulation.
I don't think it's that simple.
In far ahead in the future, yes. I feel like that's a very likely possibility. I wouldn't say likely. I'd say it is probable. that it
Okay,
could
so
happen.
the probability that the research from the college showed was that it's 50% chance it will happen.
it's a
right?
50% chance that we're in a simulation, or we haven't yet reached the point where we can create a simulation.
But it's guaranteed
it's
to
guaranteed
happen.
Yes.
to happen.
Yes.
That's,
In a span of how many years did it say?
It didn't say. We can pull it up if you look in the
I call
group chat.
bullshit on that one.
It doesn't sound like that's not how probability works, man.
I mean, you can look up. You listen to these great physicists and these, astrology majors or scientists, right? And you can listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about, one of the man that knows the most about the fucking universe talk about the simulation theory. Somebody who's 10 times smarter than us in this fucking room right now.
I think they're just gassing it up too much.
No.
I think they're gassing it all up.
Okay, I found it. The study shows there's a 50% chance we're living in a simulation.
Okay.
I'll read it. Keep going.
I mean, it's either a yes or a no.
Yes.
Is there any?
I don't think
Yes.
that's
no other
the
percentage
case.
it could be.
There's no. So it's either a yes or a no.
That's why it's 50-50.
Either, if I ask you, are we living in a simulation? The answer is
No.
yes
No.
or no.
What
Those
do
are
you,
the only 2 answers that you can
My-
give to that question.
Yates,
I feel
I
like-
want to know, do you truly believe that there's a possibility that we're living inside a simulation right now?
I think that it's a possibility that we are.
Jesus Christ.
You can't deny that there's a possibility that we're not.
I don't get how you could make this
But
algorithm or something that
but for you to say that no, not a chance that we're living in a simulation, like you don't have. I mean, you could say the same thing about me, that I don't have any evidence, but I could say the same thing about you.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, you would probably know more just because you know more about the topic. But
Yeah.
I still just.
What if Aiden's like in Matrix? How
What if
they have
Aiden's the
the
fucking creator?
Yeah, he's like a fucking agent running around, fucking controlling all the shit, watching us our every move
Yeah,
because
Aiden's
we're
the
onto
creator
him.
this whole time. I knew it, Yates.
I added myself to the simulation.
You can't do
knew
that.
It. That's why
You
when
can't
I
do
asked
that.
that question, you got so defensive. You did not know there's no fucking way that could happen.
It's like Baller being a fucking CIA agent.
I just, I don't think there's a chance. Let's say in this simulation, do you think you could add certain people? Like, let's say, like an Elon Musk, right? Let's say he's not an actual person. He's just a person that was programmed to see how he would change and how he would adapt to his way.
So
Because
just
right
kind of
now
like,
he's trying to change a lot, right? So
Yeah.
the simulation is like, will they conform to Elon or are they going to tell him to fuck off?
so you just kind of throw Elon into the simulation to see what
Is that
they decide
possible?
to do. I mean, I think so, and I think so because in the simulations that I was creating in my class, I was able to change a lot of things. Like I could change, what traits were passed on, or like if generations were copying older generations, right? Like you can change how these people act. So I would assume that you would be able to change the people in it and maybe their decisions as well.
But how do you make it like into reality, like a flesh and bone? Like this is.
But here's the thing: is that a simulation is not a reality. None of it's fucking real. So you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I don't know, dude. Because like if it was, I could bleed and I breathe air.
Exactly.
If this was a simulation,
So
like
you're telling me my blood in my body is a fucking just a program being ran?
it's too complex for that to be a possibility.
But then if you think about like these great philosophers, from hundreds of years ago, they talk about this metaphysical philosophy as well. If you look up Plato or his his teacher Aristotle, they will talk about like the idea of nothing being real. Like yourself is not
obviously.
real.
I mean,
right?
that's a human thought. It doesn't mean it's correct though.
Right? But if you're able to philosophize,
Is that a word?
Philosopher.
Is that a word?
how do you say that word?
I don't think that's a word.
Philosopher.
Philosophize.
Anyways, if you're able to think about whether or not you're real,
Uh-huh.
like I feel like that provides a good point to
I don't know.
your reality.
I just don't. I can't find anything I could grab onto to think this
I
is
think
real.
there's no hard evidence. It's just thought.
That's
all the theory really is. It's just a thought that popped into someone's fucking head, and they're like, hey,
And they rid with it.
hey, maybe someone else will believe me if I say this. And
And
that person fucking
yeah.
believed him, and then that person told a bunch of other people. They started believing him.
And that's a snowball effect.
But
Now it's a 50% chance that we're
but
fucking
listen,
fake.
we're able to simulate things. We can create a simulation now.
True, but okay.
Not as complex,
How about like this?
not as complex as a human simulation would be.
Right.
But it's very simple. Like I was saying before off the pod, if 400 years from now, 300 years from now, who knows? We may be able to reach that point in technology where you can fucking create that.
Okay, how about this? Let's say you go to the top school in the world, wherever that you think that we'll probably like Harvard or something like that. Okay, like let's say Stanford because they have a good medical system, whatever. So let's say in their labs right now, if you think they have the capability to program simulation on like let's say rats, like lab rats, and they could program the simulation, and the rats are in this little cage, and they'll do whatever the simulation says. That sounds. There's no way, right? There's
Is
no
that
way
what
to
a
do it.
simulation? I
So-
don't think that's what a simulation is, but
I mean, pretty much you're making this whole platform of
But okay. Explain to me like what the rats would do.
because my thing is how could we be in a simulation like we're saying, but like normal people. If you think like, do you think they could do it to rats? Like if they could do it to us, they could definitely do it to rats, right? In like
For sure.
human life.
For sure.
But like, I've never heard of any studies on that. I don't think it's possible
Well, there's no studies on it because it's not like
because you can't
it's
do
not
it.
real.
because
It's not
we
real.
because we haven't reached that point yet.
You think
And that is
okay.
the whole like paradox
So-
of being in a simulation is that here's how it goes. Somebody creates a simulation, right? And then that simulation runs its course, and then bam, they create a fucking simulation. Then
But
that
you-
simulation runs its course, and bam, it's a
But here's the
never-ending
thing. Here's the
cycle.
thing. Say that simulation goes and it keeps going. Yeah, turn the fan on.
dude.
It's hot as a
It's hot as
motherfucker
fucking
in
here.
here. We're thinking too hard.
And I'm about to rip in your ass, Yanks. I got a good one for you next.
all right.
Okay, listen. Say the first simulation is made, right? What if you can just turn that simulation off, correct?
Yeah.
What if he just turns it off? Then all those other fucking simulations are gone.
No. I don't think so.
How? Because they're gone. They just got turned off. The fucking light just got turned off.
One of them got turned off. Like, let's say...
No, all of them. Because the theory is, or what Aiden just said, I don't know if that's the theory, but just the person in the real world makes the simulation. Then that simulation goes into the point where they can make a simulation. And then that simulation inside that simulation creates another fucking simulation. But if the first simulation gets turned off, then none of those realities exist anymore. So how does that work? How does that theory work if all those are gone just one day?
Well, how do we know that, like, say for example, our simulation is running its course, right? And, the time that we're in right now, it's moving very slow, but if you're looking at the simulation from an outside point of view, from the creator's point of view, it's moving really fast.
Yeah. Really fast.
Right? So say in the next 100 years, somebody turned it off, and then in 100 years, we fucking die. Like, it just ends.
What if it's on a delay for us? On their end, it's already done, but we're just trying to live out the rest of the simulation.
It's like a YouTube video trying to get to the end.
Yeah. It's already all loaded up. You're just trying to watch the rest.
Now it just needs to run its course,
I don't know, Yates. But if they have the power to make a simulation, and they're like, all right, boom, in 100 years, that's when the simulation's done. Why wouldn't they just go in there and fix it? I mean, they have control.
Because that's not the point. The point is to watch it to see what happens. It's to test like a theory.
So, do you ever think that technology will be so advanced at some point in human life where we'll be able to fucking create life? Like, say that the moment life was created, right, on Earth, we would be able to go back all the way then and simulate that period of time, where we could analyze that data and predict what would happen from there.
Yes, if a simulation was real and you could actually have the power to like make it into real life, then you could program it to whatever you want.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're basically in the Matrix, is what all this is.
It's such a bizarre. No, it's not. But you know what I do think? That's what I'm coming after you with. I think that Elon's little chips that he's trying to put into everybody, that's how you make the simulation. Eventually, everyone's gonna have a fucking chip. And you're like, how do you make it into I could bleed, I'm a human being. Well, now you got that fucking chip in you, so now you can program into whoever he wants it. So boom, there's your simulation, Yates.
But how would that wouldn't work?
Well, how would it work?
Because you're just putting a chip in their brain. You're not like...
Yeah.
They're like, if this is real, like, this is reality, you can't put them in a fucking simulation.
I mean, you can put their brain in there. Say you put the chip, right? He fucking injects that shit in your brain. And
right
then he controls what you think now.
Yeah.
So you could be doing, say I'm typing on my fucking computer for class, or in my head, but in all reality I'm in some fucking lab getting probed.
What?
Exactly what I'm saying.
That's like some Black Mirror fucking... That's like that Black Mirror episode. Have you seen the one where he's playing video games?
Yeah.
No, that's what Kip's proposing.
Striking Vipers.
Alright, so we wanted to play you guys the video of Neil deGrasse Tyson speaking on the simulation theory, but we're not able to convert the audio yet, so we're going to link it in the description for you guys to go and watch it. Really good video. He describes it much better than I can. But he brings up some good points. One of the ones that I heard him say was he brought up the term Sims, right? There's a game called Sims.
There is. I used to play it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people play. I think a lot of people still play this fucking game.
It's not bad.
And, one of the things that it made me think about, right, was that there's somebody controlling, like, this person. You have your own sim that you control, and they do whatever you tell them. I mean, for me, sometimes I feel like I have thoughts that aren't my fucking thoughts. Like, they just come from fucking out of nowhere. I mean, this is a crazy kind of fucking saying, but, like, it makes you feel like somebody's controlling you.
Like a joystick you're moving around left or right.
Yeah.
I've thought about that, but, I mean, you still make a decision.
You do. No, you do. But what if, like, in the game, that sim thinks that he's making the decision? Okay,
in the sim game, I remember there was like some things you just couldn't pass the line. Like if you had too much furniture in your house, there's like a fire hazard, so you couldn't just do whatever the hell you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's... I don't even believe in a fucking simulation, so I don't even know I'm with you on this.
It kind of sounds like you do, Kip.
No, I don't.
Kind of sounds like I convinced you guys.
I don't. It's not a possibility.
I'm not convinced.
And the fact that the other thing he brought up was how there was a reality life, and then we made a simulation, and then the people that we created in the simulation created their own universe and own simulation, and then those fucking people created their own.
Well, that's how it would work.
I don't think
That's how it would work.
Another
Yeah,
point you brought up was how because we haven't got that technology yet, it's now a 50-50 chance, like the fucking article said, which I still don't believe. But
You don't believe it? Why?
it doesn't
You don't-
add up for
you
me,
don't-
man.
you don't-
I don't think it's a 50% chance we're in a simulation.
It is a 50% chance. Like he's saying, when we're able to create a simulation,
if we can.
when
Oh no, yeah.
when
If.
No.
either we haven't yet reached the point where we can create it, right? Or yeah, we haven't yet reached the point where we can create it, and yet that's the beginning of creating the simulation, or we're in one yet and we're reaching that point, and it's just an infinite cycle of creating simulations
I just
and
don't think
realities.
it's physically, scientifically possible to have a simulation where you have actual human beings living day-to-day lives
With all everyone has the same amount of or brain power, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're creating all these, like,
Bro.
the natural disasters happen by themselves.
Like, you
Birth
know,
defects
like,
happen by
Right
themselves.
now, things are being developed to put a chip in your fucking brain to help you cure diseases.
See, that's,
Okay,
and
that's different.
That's the start of.
But that is like you
Yeah,
would
it's
never
different.
think that was possible, but now
No.
it's becoming a reality. It's happening. You in 50 years ago, nobody thought that was fucking possible.
It's because they're idiots. We're smarter than them.
Oh, we're smarter than them, but in 100 years, we're gonna look like fucking idiots.
We don't know
Okay,
that.
I agree.
We don't know that.
I agree to
So,
that.
and then
But-
that's always the way that it's been.
I just don't think you could change like. Just you can't. You know what I
You need
mean?
to. I feel like
I can't breathe underwater. I can't just swim around and be a fish and live underwater my whole life because that's just not how we're made. You just can't do it. So I don't think a computer has the power to just program an entire world into just do whatever the fuck I want it to do.
I don't think there's a computer that's going to be made that will have the power to generate every single action of 7 billion humans on Earth.
I mean, how big
simultaneously.
would that fucker have to be, dude?
We're over here doing this podcast. There's someone in India driving a fucking car down the freeway,
Right.
right? There's no way a computer can generate that type of power to control all those
Not
people.
yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
I don't think
Rojo.
there ever will be.
Dude, we're creating supercomputers at the moment.
Can they
Things
do this though?
Not yet.
But these are just these are the fucking Neanderthals of supercomputers. What if in 100 years?
We're in the beginning stages, bro. We've only just began the technological advancement of our fucking human society. We're at just the beginning. Dude, we're barely getting to the point where we have self-driving cars. Imagine 20 years from now, what is a Tesla going to be able to do for you, bro?
It's gonna turn from a truck to a jet to a boat.
They already have electric boats. You know that?
Yeah, bro.
Really?
Nice.
Boeing is developing electric planes at the moment.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
See that? I don't know if I trust that.
I would trust that.
Because I'm scared enough when people don't turn off their fucking airplane mode and the regular gas power.
That's a good point.
Now you want an electric powered one, and those fuckers still ain't gonna
Yeah, you
turn
get-
off their phones.
I mean, if you get EMP'd regardless, that plane's going down. But I mean, any shortage or whatever bullshit
Yeah,
goes
dude.
on in there,
Yeah.
you're going straight down. No
That's why
hope.
That's
They're
scary.
developing it.
What
so-
if the fucking electric plane can turn to like gas powered at the last second and just like propel away?
Yeah, it has both.
Like a hybrid.
Yeah, it's a fucking Prius.
Why don't we have like jumbo helicopters doing like commercial flights?
Because it's not as efficient.
Helicopters don't move as fast as planes.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. A helicopter can do a lot more than a plane can. You know?
Like how? Like maneuver better?
Yeah, maneuver better and like just more control that the pilot has really. Like for little like quick flights, like if I want to go to San Francisco, like
you hop on a little fucking.
I know.
Buy
you hop
a
on a
fucking
little
helicopter
plane,
then,
but
eh?
imagine having just like a little helicopter,
Like a little
like a
drone.
commercial helicopter. Like you go buy like a bus ticket, you can buy like a ticket for the helicopter.
Well, here's the thing. I think
it just takes you out for a little joyride.
I think that it's because they don't fly the same way. You know, a helicopter has a propeller on the top,
Right.
right? And then a plane has the two jet engines on the side.
Just constantly.
So
keep
so
going
they
straight.
move. I think that they move in different ways, right? Or no?
No, yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a plane can't just hover.
So
like
I think
a
so
helicopter
what I was
can.
trying to say is that like with the propeller, you would need a massive propeller moving fucking an insane amount if you're gonna have a commercial helicopter, right? Because a plane has a lot of people on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot heavier.
Okay.
But it has the power to
That's
move
true.
faster.
The propellers wouldn't be strong enough. you're
Yeah.
saying.
No, it probably wouldn't be.
I mean, unless you just load that sucker up.
Hey.
Get
You
a
know, it's
big
got like
ass fucking
7
boat.
blades on it.
That would be crazy. Fucking landing and chopping people's
Because I'm
heads
trying to
off.
think, like,
Jesus.
what's the safest way to, like, I was thinking, like, what if we just did bullet trains everywhere?
That's gonna happen
But then,
pretty
like,
soon.
think about it.
I feel like that's got the possibility of traveling the world by train soon is gonna be a bigger possibility than being in a fucking simulation.
I think so
Definitely, dude. When I went to London, we took a train underneath the ocean to Paris.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Dude,
that's
it's
real.
awesome.
That is real technological advancement,
Yeah.
and not talking about jacking off in a fucking simulator
Hey,
to cows.
listen, they're two different things, all right? But
Both technological
I was
advancements.
trying to think, like, planes are kind of sketchy as it is, and like the whole electric thing, that's even more sketchier if you have electric airplanes. But like, if you really wanted to take out a fucking bullet train, that's easy, dude. You fuck up the track, they would have no idea. You're flying at a fucking 200 miles an hour, and oh shit, the track's fucked up.
That's a
Whole
terrorist
thing's-
move,
whole
Kip.
thing's done.
That's a terrorist move.
I'm just saying, like, what's the safest way? Everyone says cars is like the worst. You're safer in
Cars
a
are
plane
pretty
than a car.
dangerous.
well, I think
A
that you
boat?
are.
Why don't we have more? Boats aren't fast. Like commercial-sized boats, if you want to travel.
I mean, the cruise ships, they're
Yeah,
pretty
but-
slow, but they're just there for a good time.
Exactly. If
Yeah.
you wanted to like travel from continent to continent, like plane's the only way right now.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, no, it's not the only way.
I mean, it's not the only way, but it's the most
That's the best
efficient.
way, the most convenient way.
Yeah, because it goes the fastest.
Yeah,
right?
a boat just fucking.
I can be in Australia in, 18 hours?
I think it's 18 hours from California. Yeah.
But how long would a boat like? That's the thing. You can't make like a huge commercial-sized speedboat to take on waters like that.
I mean,
Well,
that'd be pretty sick.
that's because
that would be right.
Tesla
but,
boat?
But think
Fucking
about,
zoom in.
think about like the gallons of gas you'd have to have.
Make
on
that bitch
boat.
electrical, dog. Slap a motor in there and make it
Yeah, but
electrical.
you're surrounded by water. Something happens, there's a leak. you're sitting duck out
well,
there.
you develop it so that if
What are
there
you
is
gonna
a
do?
leak,
Call the Coast Guard? The electrical's fucked up.
I mean, you're not
AAA
gonna sink.
boat patrol,
You're not
man.
gonna fucking sink. You
Huh?
just you're not gonna. If the battery gets wet, you're not gonna sink.
No, you're not gonna sink. You're not gonna
You're
sink.
just stranded out there.
Oh well.
You're screwed.
Use the paddles. You know.
Fuck, What's the name of that movie where
Perfect storm.
I don't fucking. It's the people are out at sea, and then it's like a couple, and they're stuck on a boat.
Adrift. Beautiful film. Beautiful film. Not the best movie I've ever seen, but great film.
The best movie you ever seen, huh?
If you
I was saying it
wanna,
would be like that all the time.
if you want to have a good time, you fucking pop on Adrift late at night, and you'll be on a thinker. Let me tell you, because the movie starts off at the end.
Don't tell them how
I'm
it
not gonna
happens.
tell them what happens. The movie starts off at the end, so you're like, you know, everything just happened, and then it goes to the beginning. So like the middle is the beginning. So you're watching the beginning, how everything folded up, and then the end of the movie is the fucking middle. It's just it's a mind fuck. I've never seen any movie like that, but it's a good movie.
I mean, you get mind fucked by everything.
Yeah.
This
Shutter
kid didn't
Island.
know reality from fake reality
Shutter
when he
Island
watched
really
Shutter
fucked me
Island.
up. Bad. Talking
Yeah.
about simulation. That's the closest thing we'll ever get.
You're a different breed.
That
kid.
is, yeah,
Go watch Shutter Island.
Oh, I've watched it.
That's a good film.
pretty good film.
It's a good film.
But
Yeah.
back to this Elon thing.
Are we talking about Elon?
Yeah, I'm talking about Elon. Cause
Chips in the brain. Kip, tell them about your theory that Elon Musk is the new Emperor Palpatine of the world.
Okay. Here's my thing on Elon Musk. This guy's the messiah, right? He's making all these great cars, and he's making chips that's going to cure if you're, fucking, what's it called?
Alzheimer's.
Paraplegic or something. You're paralyzed, and all of a sudden
brain diseases.
you pop open this chip, and you're good to go. You could walk all of a sudden. It's the miracle fucking... It's the miracle thing,
It's
you
pretty
know?
awesome.
Like,
Pretty awesome.
it's pretty awesome, right? So all these things sound good. Have you ever heard a negative thing from Elon Musk?
Smokes marijuana.
That's the best thing about him.
I agree.
Everything's so good. He's just always in the good part of the limelight. He's going to space and he wants to go to Mars, this and that. But I think that he's the fucking evilest one of them all. Out of Trump, out of all the huge successful dude, Bezos, everybody, Elon's the most cynical one out of all.
He's the mastermind.
He's the
scheming
mastermind,
the
dude.
most.
He's smarter than all of them. And I want to be on his side so bad. I want him to be so good for us. But here's what I think. I think when Elon was a teenager, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he didn't have many friends. Okay, I don't know. Well, I don't even know where he grew up. Was he even in America?
I'm pretty sure it was America.
Was it?
Dude,
No, I don't
No?
think that he.
Canada? South Africa?
South Africa.
Okay, South Africa is where
Okay.
he's from.
Thinking of a better future in the South.
You think in South Africa he was fucking out in the waves surfing or fucking doing all this adventurous shit, going to parties?
That's not how his brain works.
No, he was in his room just studying and fucking learning all this shit. But what he was doing on the side is watching Star Wars, a lot of fucking Star Wars, and he was getting off to this Star Wars, loving every second of it. And one night, after he's watching Star Wars for the 20th time, they just finally snapped in him. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna create that. When I'm gonna get older, I'm gonna create this whole fucking Fugazi that everyone just loves me. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be this millionaire, the smartest dude in the world, and then I'm gonna make these chips where it cures fucking everything. Everyone's gonna want these chips, right? And I'm gonna go to Mars. I'm gonna get everyone to Mars, and we're gonna all live there happy ever after. So to get to Mars, you're gonna have to get that chip. It's like I was telling you. There's no way way Elon lets you on that plane to go to fucking Mars without that chip inside you. It's gonna be like a credential to go there.
So like when we
it's kind of like a
decide
passport,
that
right?
It's
we're
like a
gonna
passport.
when we're gonna take a shit ton of people to go and live on Mars, you're gonna have the chip.
You're gonna have to have the chip.
It's like he's gonna say it's like a need for survival type thing.
Yeah, you're gonna
necessity.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then I'm guessing he's gonna take a certain amount of people from every region of the world, right? It's not gonna be just a bunch of Americans going there. I'm guessing he's gonna take people from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have all these people who have no idea, a bunch of different languages, a bunch of different religions, but you know what they do have in common? They have this fucking chip in them, Yates. And who's in charge? They're looking around, right? Who the fuck's in charge now? Elon's in charge because he's the one that got us here. He's the one that put these chips in our brains and everything. And Elon's just loving it. Think about it. I conquered Earth. I made a bunch of money. I'm the fucking richest guy there, blah, blah, blah. I'm the smartest dude. Now he's going to Mars, the first guy to ever do that.
Okay.
Now he's got a colony building up on Mars. Bunch of robots because they got chips in their heads.
So he now controls them because he has chips in their head. So now he's working it like a fucking computer.
And here's where the Star Wars thing comes in. He's the fucking, what did you say he was?
Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, he's fucking Palpatine. What the fuck, that guy? He's that guy. You want to know why? Because everyone thought he was the dopest dude. He was so cool. But really, he went to Mars. He's going to build an army there. He's going to be the Emperor of Mars. Then he's going to come back to Earth, fuck us all up. So then, now all of his people own Earth. They own Mars, and you think it's gonna stop there, Yates?
So his goal obviously is to just
own the universe.
Conquer the universe.
The Milky Way is.
So he's Thanos. He's Thanos.
No, he's Emperor Palpatine. He's Palpatine.
I don't know if he's Thanos.
No, Thanos wants to wipe half the population.
Okay.
That's a completely different thing.
So
different
when
sci-fi, man.
so say that Elon is traveling through the universe,
Right.
and he comes across a planet that has life on it.
Oh, he's gonna.
What
fuck
does he
it.
do? What does he do?
He's gonna fuck it.
He's gonna fuck it.
How does he
gonna
fuck it?
Because he has an army of
He's gonna
fucking.
fuck it. He's
So
already an army.
So he's just gonna go in there and fucking just start killing
No,
people.
I think he's gonna go in there, try to, smooth talk him, wine and dine him.
He's gonna give him a free Tesla. Like, hey,
Take him to dinner
Look at
first.
this technology I've got, right?
yeah.
I already own 2 planets. Who the fuck is this guy, right? And then, right when he's fucking just right in their pocket, they're all buddy. He fucks them, and boom, gets another planet. Now he's got 3 of them. He's gonna keep moving on till he owns the galaxy.
Hold on.
I think that Elon has the power to make.
Is Elon
Guardians
gonna
of
be? Is Elon immortal? Like, he's never gonna die?
Eventually, yeah, he'll have that. He'll have that, and eventually one day.
So he's gonna what he'll probably do is what I'm assuming is that he'll take his, his consciousness in his brain and put it in a fucking robot,
like a supercomputer, like you said. Like what's the Age of Ultron thing where the robot comes to life?
Ultron.
Yes, that's exactly what he's gonna do, and he's just gonna control the Milky Way, and then once you got the Milky Way, it's gonna steamroll.
So after every planet he conquers, he's gonna add to his army, and it's just in a
But
steamroll.
in his mind, he's not doing something bad. Like the conquering is not for like power or anything. It's not for like I don't know. It's like not like an evil thing. I think he's just like, it's like a goal. Like he's just striving to own the entire universe.
That's it. He doesn't think it's bad at
He's
all.
like-
He's just vibing.
He's just like, I don't know. He doesn't want to wipe it out because he wants to kill like a bunch of different alien races. I think he's doing it just because he wants the title of King of the Universe, dude. And if you don't think that's if you think simulations are a better possibility than Elon Musk being Darth Vader,
simulations are a better possibility.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that Elon Musk becoming Darth Vader or Emperor Palpatine is a better chance than fucking simulation.
That is insane that you can say that. You think that it is more than a 50% chance that Elon Musk.
Well, it's not a 50% chance that we're gonna make a simulation.
It's a 50% chance.
No, it's a 50% chance we are in a simulation. It's not a 50% chance that we make a simulation. Bitch.
True.
It's a 50%.
Bitch.
It's a 50%
Bitch.
chance that we're in a. Let me
Bitch.
talk, motherfuckers. It's a 50% chance that either we're in a simulation
Uh-huh.
or we have not yet reached the point where we can
So it's
create
a no. We are not in
a
a simulation, and we are never going to make a simulation that advanced that it can calculate all the brain thought of 7 billion people around the world. That's never going to happen.
I mean,
It
what's
will
more
happen.
possible, Yates? The
Emperor
chips-
Palpatine and the chip in the brain,
The chips
or
already happened.
Listen,
the ball's
my
already
blood
rolling,
not
like you were
being
saying.
real.
I feel like you're looking at it from the standpoint that somebody is gonna fucking control like our thoughts and the
Yes.
things that we do. That's the way that you're looking at
no,
it. That's not what it
that's
is.
a computer. No, I'm saying there's no way that the fucking computer can generate my brain power, and everyone else is in this room and everyone across the world. There's
Alright,
no
now,
way a computer
do
can
you
be that
remember-
strong.
Do you have scientific evidence that it cannot do that?
Do you have scientific evidence that it can at some point in time?
No, so it's 50-50,
Yeah, it's
no?
50-50.
Oh.
It's either yes or no.
Right?
I agree on that. I
Yeah.
agree on that. It's a
You-
50-50.
I can't back it up, nor can you. So we're at the same point right now. So for you to say that it's impossible
Okay, let me give you this
is not
hypothetical.
factually based.
Let me give you this hypothetical.
Okay.
Am I black?
No.
How do you know that? Do you have scientific evidence that I'm black? That I'm not black?
I can take your DNA swab and I can see where your ancestors came from.
Do you have that on you?
No, but I can get it.
How?
I can go through my family tree.
27andMe,
Yes.
Ancestry.com.
Yeah. I can do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
do it.
But it could,
I will.
But
I
you
will.
can't.
I will pay for it and we will let the fucking listeners know
Well,
what
we're gonna
your,
post
your
it.
DNA makeup is.
They'll never know.
We already know what
50%
you
chance.
Rojo is 95% white and
He has 5%
Hispanic.
jungle orangutan. Just look at the hair on him.
All right. Well,
I think that for Elon, these little chips that he's making, right? Right now it's the base model, right? He hasn't even put them on in the market, to be honest. I think that, you remember the little iPod Nano? The thing that it literally was just a little, it was like this big. It was just a little dial.
okay.
It didn't even have a screen on it.
I don't. Okay.
It was like a little MP3 player. That's what he just made. But like Yates was saying, in 100 years, when that thing's just so much more advanced, that thing's gonna be easily be able to read your mind and control your mind, control everything. So as soon as they get to Mars in about 50 years, Elon will have some troops on Mars in 50 years.
In
And then-
50 years.
Yeah, 50 years. And then after that, I think it takes.
No, he
about-
won't. No.
So Elon's gonna be
In
around.
50 years, you won't have troops on Mars.
Fuck. How long? How old is Elon?
50 years. What? They're planning
30
the
30 something. 30 something.
Get in here, Tim. Hey guys, we got Timmy Morris coming onto the pod.
CEO of Vibe Body Care.
Listen, they're
Robo
planning.
might be black with that fucking hair on him.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You don't know that. Where's your evidence?
I mean,
bitch?
Shane's got some hair
Bitch.
on him too.
Yeah, Shane, you got a little hair on you.
Oh,
Maybe
I
you
know.
guys should do a
Dude,
little
Elon's-
DNA in me. Or
Scoot
Elon's
up to-
49
scoot up
years
to your
old.
mic, like
Yeah.
edit it or fix it so it's right near your
Pull
mouth.
that puppy right up to your
Yeah, pull it up.
schnoz.
Schnauzer.
There you go. Sniff that. What do you think about Elon being?
I'm with
Darth Vader?
Shane's. I'm with Shane's.
Yeah, I know you would be.
Yeah.
What do you think about
Thank
the
you.
simulation,
Thank
Timmy?
you.
I think it's possible, for sure.
You think it's
On
possible?
the like, what's more possible, Elon or that?
Yeah.
I think that Elon is like actually a possibility that happening, but I'm not saying that the simulation isn't gonna happen.
It's not more likely than a simulation.
Okay. Well, Elon is 49 years old, so in 50 years, Elon's gonna have
49?
troops. Yeah. He's gonna have troops on Mars when he's 99 years old.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be looking like 99. He's gonna be looking like a fresh fucking 21.
You think
Yeah,
that?
no. I think he's already getting stuff
he's
that
already
people
doing
don't
stuff,
have access to, and that's
For
definitely
sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jeff Bezos' worm ass doesn't look like he's 50, but I mean, you know what I mean? I
Bezos
feel like,
too, because Bezos already doing stuff with like out of space too. He has a company that's competing with SpaceX.
Does he really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's the name of that company?
Blue. Let me look that up.
I didn't know that. Shit.
You teamed up with Blue Moon, and him and Blue Moon.
every space kid, it's a fucking orange slice right on their fucking helmet.
Yeah, Blue Origin. Blue Origin's
Blue
the name
Origin.
of it. Yeah.
Wow.
So he's competing with Elon. So I
Imagine
think
if-
Jeff's up there with
Imagine
him.
if all you guys just teamed up. You know, they all want to go to space. They all want to fucking.
Yeah, but they want to be the top guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the
it's all
thing.
like it's all private companies. You know, they're all doing
Just
their
think
own
about
thing.
the money behind that, Yates. Oh, you want to go walk around the moon for the day? You want to just take an orbit around the Earth?
Yeah, man. It's like I think Elon said it. He wants to do like a one-time kind of space.
He already announced that,
expedition.
didn't he? Where
Yeah.
like you get into this like capsule and it launches you up into the fucking stratosphere and then you balloon down.
Yeah,
I'd be shitting myself.
dude, that would
That'd
be
fucking
insane.
It's gonna be thousands and thousands of
Oh,
dollars.
I
but
think
it'd
it
be
was
sick as
over
fuck.
$100,000.
Jesus
To ride?
Christ.
Yeah.
I saw that Elon also has this company. I don't remember the name of it, but like it takes cars underground. Like it's much faster.
Oh yeah,
than,
He's building those.
Oh, yeah.
tunnels around
That-
there.
those-
I know
those
he wants
train
to do that
systems
in
ain't
LA.
moving,
LA needs that, bro.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I was just in New York this last weekend, and I mean, their subway system is kind of outdated a little bit.
Yeah.
The one that I used in Paris, that one was fucking phenomenal, man. That one was so great. But
Yeah.
we need to implement this public transportation that and it would be so good for everybody. It's so much easier to travel places when you don't have to drive, you don't have to pay for gas, and you're also contributing to the quality of it. You're paying for it to be cleaned and maintained.
Think about it like this: what if we just did, for the underground thing, just all commercial vehicles, semi trucks, cargo vans, just.
How would you get the
all-
carbon dioxide out? You would have to have vents, right?
I mean, yeah, there'd be vents. Like, it wouldn't be just completely underground. Like, you ever seen like those freeway on ramps where like there's lanes under you too? You ever seen those
Mhm.
kind of things?
Mm-hmm.
So it's still gonna be like airflow to the bottom, but they're just gonna be on a
that would
on a-
clear up so much traffic.
on a second deck, like a below
I
deck.
feel like if they're just gonna clear out roads for that shit, just make it trains. Make it a fuck ton of bullet train tracks around the fucking world, right? And then let the commercial shit be up there.
They'll
Go wherever
never,
they want.
but how are they gonna? You think they'll ever connect trains to go from like Europe to the U.S.?
Fuck yeah. That'd be sick as fuck. I think that's
You
possible.
think they're gonna go up and around?
I don't
No,
know.
they'd go-
I don't know, man, because you
I feel like
gotta
they'd
go
go straight
No,
down.
if you're gonna go through the ocean, man, the ocean is deep, dude.
That is
It
true.
Not just deep, it's unpredictable.
What if, okay,
Just
what
to
about,
build that thing, you're gonna lose some lives,
oh yeah.
and it's gonna cost
Hey,
trillions.
That's what Elon has to do to get his army on Mars, you know?
Yeah, it would be a global.
I think it's
you
easier.
know,
I think it's easier to get to
global
Mars
thing.
than it is to build a bridge over the ocean. To be honest,
I don't think you could ever build a bridge over the
I don't
ocean.
think- no.
I think-
No,
I think
not
the most-
not when you have planes to fly over the ocean.
Yeah.
There would never be something that goes underneath it.
It'd have to
that
be
far.
like a buoy system. It couldn't be drilled into the bottom. There's not a chance you're getting.
That'd be a strong ass fucking.
It'd have to be like a huge fucking buoy system, to where it could take all this weight.
How fast can a bullet train go?
I think like
Close,
200.
close to an airplane. How fast is an airplane flying?
Oh, it could get up 500, 600.
I mean, it would be a much longer trip
It would.
if you're going from. I mean, even just from the East Coast to Europe, it's gonna take you a long fucking time.
It's a long time.
Okay,
It's just it's more efficient to use an airplane.
listen, a commercial airplane flies at 575 miles per hour.
How
I'll look up a
fast
train
is it?
right now.
Yeah, because they also get up in those jet streams, and then they ride that.
Just
Yeah.
fly.
You don't have that momentum under the ocean.
Bullet train's only 125.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It would be good, to go from California maybe to like Colorado or to Texas.
I mean,
You'd be
this is-
zooming, man.
Yeah.
I
You'd be
mean, you
zooming.
can imagine if
Straight
we never
shot.
had cars to begin with. Like, how we had the railroads before we had cars. I'm surprised we let cars take over as much as we did, and like kind of just use the railroad as like cargo type stuff. Like, not a lot of people use trains for travel. I mean, not even close to as people use cars.
Because
Like,
I don't think that we have enough railway systems to.
I know. I'm surprised we didn't build
I
more
think
and
that
more.
now with coronavirus, the train system is gonna go down as well.
You think so?
Yeah,
Not
for
a lot of
sure.
public transportation going on right now.
Well, yeah, right now, but.
I mean, and eventually,
3 years.
I feel like this lifestyle
years.
that we are adapting to is going to be kind of like the main way.
the
For,
new- yeah,
Well,
for
how
at
was
the
it
new
in
normal.
New York
4 or
when
5
you went
years.
to Subway?
What?
Was it just
Yeah.
normal?
How was
Yeah,
the
how was
subway?
it? How was it there?
It was normal. Everybody's
Really?
just wearing a mask.
I mean, you have to.
No,
With it
you
social
gotta wear a
distancing
mask.
at all, or
Yeah, like people would leave a seat in between one another, or if like
Yeah.
you would just stand up in the corner if.
But
if there
before
were no
COVID,
seats.
people were on top of each other.
Yeah,
in those-
me
like
and
fucking
Mia-
rats.
My
packed in a
girlfriend was
goddamn
telling me
box.
that even at times like it gets packed in there still.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
people gotta take it to get to work.
Yeah.
People that are working, it's still things are still happening
You
in
just
New York.
have to take it.
Yeah, New York is opening up. They're slowly opening up more than we are in California, and I mean, yeah.
So many places there are closing. I saw it's like 1/3 of like the small businesses there.
That's
They're
brutal.
done, yeah.
That's fucking insane.
I'm surprised Elon's fucking with cars. I say fuck cars. Let's build a bunch of
Well, he's got electrical
underground
cars.
railroad systems and just build a bunch of train. You just to all cities, connects all cities around the world or around
Well, I
the
think
U.S.
he's doing that too. Like,
Yeah,
he has
I
like
think he
10,
wants to.
15 businesses that do
Because
crazy.
I think he'd make more money doing that than selling
Teslas and
cars.
shit.
Well, I don't think that it's about which one he can make more on. It's about all of them together.
Well,
Yeah,
listen.
That's why he's smart, because one day it's all.
Yeah, he's not going to abandon Tesla to make trains. He's going to keep Tesla and then make trains at the same time.
He's gonna have cars, trains, planes, space.
Yeah, he
everything.
needs as much money as he
Do you
can to
think-
build the
do
army
you
for
think
Mars.
Steve Jobs, if he
gas.
was
At
still
the time.
here, he would have just stayed with phones and computers, or do you think he would have branched out to cars and shit like that?
An Apple car.
Maybe an Apple
That's a
like
great
flight,
question.
like Apple has a whole flight industry, like a whole.
I feel like
business,
I feel
you
like
know what I
he
mean?
would work on AI technology.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like
me
that's. I think that's what he would focus on.
I don't think that it's unlikely that Apple doesn't pivot that way.
I think
You know,
there
I mean,
is-
Apple, extremely
start.
smart company. They know what they're doing. So eventually they're going to start getting into more and more things.
They will. Yeah.
Like, when was the last time you heard Apple come out with like a big, like, groundbreaking project?
I
they
mean,
they don't need to.
they don't
though.
really need
like,
to
I
bring
mean, they
out
don't need
groundbreaking
to.
shit.
I think they don't do it on purpose.
They're
Like-
just waiting for their big moment.
I think they have their brand and like what they do, and I think they're trying to be the best at that and not compete.
Oh,
with
they've
them.
already conquered that.
Yeah, exactly. And they want to keep that, because obviously people are going to try to come and take that.
I don't
I
think
think
that, I
it's-
don't think they'll ever lose that.
Never.
I
No,
think that's
that's why-
theirs. They own it.
Yeah,
That's why I think
for
it's
sure.
time for them to let's get the next project rolling.
But
I mean-
what would be next for them though? Like, where would they go?
I think cars, maybe.
I maybe
I don't-
cars.
Like an Apple car?
Yeah.
That would be.
You
You
sync
know?
your iPhone, your Apple Watch,
I mean, you
your
could already do that,
AirPods, your
bro.
Mac.
Exactly.
Bro,
exactly.
you can do that with fucking Alexa. You can have an Alexa in your Buick. Have you seen that commercial?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
You
I
can-
saw that.
It's a fucking dumbass commercial where it's like, is that an Alexa or is that a Buick? And the couple is
Oh yeah,
arguing.
I've seen that. I've
But
seen
like, that's
Well, what-
crazy
well,
that you
what's it
could.
do for your car? It
I mean,
just
in the
connects to your
commercial, the dude was turning on and off the lights in his fucking house with the car. He said, "Hey Alexa, turn off my lights," and the fucking lights turn off.
Do you think you could be like, Alexa, start the engine, get the AC
I'm sure.
pumped to
Dude.
69 for
Yeah.
me?
Alexa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's easy to do.
No, I mean in my house we have like the bigger Alexa, the screen one.
Oh yeah.
And so we have one in like the laundry room. We have one in Cooper's game room. And so we're down there for dinner, and my stepmom will just say, "Alexa, tune into the playroom," and be like, "Cooper, come and eat."
Really?
Yeah.
And
that fucker will come down the stairs and come eat his food.
And he'll start
Bezos.
talking, and then he'll say, "Alexa, end call," and that's it. And then he just goes, he
Bezos
comes
is a
downstairs.
genius.
Okay, okay. How about this? It's hard to say like just Tesla, but just Elon, Jeff Bezos, or whoever the fuck is running Apple. I don't even know who's running Apple. Who's the CEO?
Tim Cook.
Tim Cook, yeah.
Okay, the three of those dudes. In the end game here, who do you think is to be the top dog?
Wait, what were the
Jeff Bezos. What's his name? Tim Cook
Tim Cook?
or Elon?
I think we need to throw Bill Gates in that conversation.
You think so? I think Billy just is kind of over it.
You think so?
He just kind of
Eh.
did my.
He hasn't really made a lot
Maybe.
of impact in the
Maybe.
headlines
He's
recently.
Yeah,
just,
maybe.
He's old.
He's chilling.
He's vibing
He's
over
tired.
there.
He's not trying to go to space like
No.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
is.
no, he's doing more like humanitarian things.
Yeah,
I know
he
he's doing
is.
a lot of stuff in like Africa, providing clean
Yeah, he
water
does
for
a lot
people.
of that
Yeah,
stuff.
I know him
I
and
think
his
he'll
wife
just
do
continue
that.
to do that.
No, it's for sure Bezos, Elon Musk, but between those two, I really don't know. I think they're definitely going after the same pie.
No,
but I don't know who's gonna get there first.
I think that it would be Elon, because Elon is more of like a technological mind.
He's more creative, too.
Yeah, but
and
Bezos
Jeff-
has got more
Jeff-
funds,
Jeff
bro.
Bezos
He's the richest
is-
man in the world.
True.
He is, but I think he's more of like a businessman.
Yeah, he is.
Mm.
You think he's worried more about controlling Earth than going up and doing shit in fucking space?
I think he's more
Well,
worried.
what-
He's more worried about the dollar than he is about advancing.
What he's doing on Earth is unreal, because like now they even have grocery stores.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the normal, bro.
Dude.
Amazon is our normal now.
Dude, Amazon is blowing up in India right now. They're converting all
That's
these
insane.
like these little
That's
crazy.
crazy.
liquor stores, these little grocery stores, and they are turning them into like Amazon drop zones. So all your packages are getting delivered to these places, and you just go to there and you pick it up. Like he's already starting. India is at that point now where they're really getting into technology. You can see it on social media. All these people from India are on there now. And
Oh, yeah.
5 years ago it wasn't like that.
No,
so
not
they're
even close.
they're gonna start getting to that point. So Jeff Bezos is really fucking smart for
He
getting
is.
in there right now.
Genius.
He's gonna change it over there in India. He's gonna
I mean, he's
turn it into something
he's
great.
gonna get global easily.
What if India becomes like a fucking Wakanda type deal?
No, and they could like they were like 10 years back. They were like it was a shit hole there. I mean, and it still is, but it's definitely getting better. I
Yeah.
think that they.
Well, they got 1 billion people on that subcontinent.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And a
And
lot,
imagine
too.
that technological advance, dog. a billion of people.
Smart people too.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Very
not. Yeah,
A
they're
lot of
just-
smart
yeah.
people.
Smart people.
I watched this documentary. I think I was at Damien when they put on this documentary, and it was about like India, and there's this place like the slums or whatever. Oh my god! If I could show this video to you guys, it was literally like you're walking around, right, and like they live in like
Dirt.
It's like underground kind of. Like all these things are kind of underground. It just looks flat from the top, but then when you go down into this, it's a whole like LA-sized city of just slums. Like the sewer's fucking this deep, and they're just swimming around in it. There's so much shit in there, and they're all just living in it.
That's nasty.
Still, like a billion people are just chilling in
That's
this
crazy,
slum,
bro.
dude.
It's crazy
Well, I'd
because
say
of the
a
way
billion.
that we live here.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
everything
it's
is
different
so
world.
convenient. We live such clean lives compared to the way that they live, bro. It's
Imagine
nuts.
if
Oh, it's
somewhere in the
crazy.
United
Nuts.
States we had a place where a billion people were just living in the shittiest of
mud.
conditions.
Yeah, imagine like L.A.
Yeah,
the
just
homeless,
the
the homeless
slums.
population in
I mean,
L.A.
that's the closest probably to
Yeah,
it.
that's really it.
Yeah,
Like,
Closest we're gonna
imagine
get to the slummiest of slums is fucking LA homeless.
How do you fix that?
fix what?
The
Just
slums?
that whole part of India, like when they want to get super technically like advanced, like 50 years from now, and like you say like Wakanda, whatever. To fix that, just one spot is gonna take years.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Years
that's a
and
lot of
years.
fucking dedication to
You gotta
just
spend a lot of money.
stick your nose in there and
Dude,
get it all out.
You gotta start spending money on education. You gotta start
Yeah.
building low income housing. You gotta
Plumbing,
start from the
fucking-
bottom, man.
Gates, you need to watch this dog. It blows my mind the way these people were living. It's just insane. Rats just swimming around everywhere. Fucking people living on top of each other. Like just in this room alone, because there's like little huts, like rooms like this.
Bone skinny.
Dude, bone skinny, and there's like 40 of them just in there, dude. And the sewer's like 6 inches deep, and they're just chilling in there. No, they have no other idea of what anything else is like out there. A simulation? What the fuck is that? A podcast? A phone? Apple? Tesla? Like they have no idea.
Well,
They're just-
that's like the lowest like
Part of
line in their like economic classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
there
I
are
think the top-
the rich in India.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
is the
yeah.
middle
Yeah.
class, but that is like their
That's the
their,
deepest of the
their
deep.
lower
Yeah.
class is 100 times worse than our lower class,
Yeah.
and our lower class is still you
Yeah.
know pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
So,
So that just speaks volumes of how bad that is.
Yeah.
over there.
I'd wonder how Elon would choose his people to come to Mars. You think I think it's gonna be like a volunteer thing. Who wants to come?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he'd probably test them to make sure they're ready.
The list is gonna be insanely long. I think insanely long. People from everywhere.
This
around
kid
the
wants to
world.
go to Mars
Yeah,
right
he wants
now.
to go.
oh, dude, I'm gonna be the first person to volunteer,
He's gonna be
man.
a fucking robot.
You can put the chip in my
gonna have to
brain,
kill
Yeah,
my-
mine
and
too.
I will fucking go.
Mine
You
too.
guys
I will
are.
go.
You guys are some
Put
fucking
that
Kid,
chip
jokes.
in my brain.
You
Yeah,
guys
here's the
can
thing.
stay here.
I'm gonna have to kill
You're
Aiden
jokes.
Cyborg, and you have to kill Timmy
You know what? When
Cyborg.
they have Alzheimer's and we're walking miles, that's 90 years old.
My brain is too
You know
strong.
what?
With Elon's hand working your ass like a puppet.
When Tim and I collab with Elon Musk, you guys are gonna be sorry.
On Mars.
Collab.
No.
Oh, it's some Martian shit. Me and Kip are still gonna be doing this podcast, and you guys gonna be fucking getting your brain reworked
We'll
by
call
Elon.
in. I'll call you in.
What do you think the
Kid
time
won't be able to
difference
get up
is?
from that
He's gonna
chair.
give you a robotic
Yeah,
facial.
If you wanted to FaceTime me from Mars,
Wow, that's a
come on,
crazy
you
thought.
you probably call me, right? And a year later, my phone started ringing.
No. It's like The Martian. It's a great
A
movie.
year later, my fucking phone
Oh,
started ringing.
Aiden's calling me.
Aiden's calling. Shit.
That's fucking works.
No, but imagine that I could call you from Mars and you could pick up in 10 seconds. Like we can.
No, I think that's possible.
Oh,
Dude,
I
we'll
think
get
it's definitely
satellites
possible.
bouncing all around.
That's
dog.
when
Yeah.
Apple comes in. That's
You
maybe.
think Apple's got the
Yeah,
satellites?
yeah.
They'll have the satellites?
Maybe.
Elon's already digging in
I
there.
think Elon's doing this to everybody with the space thing. I want to control space. That's what he's saying.
He
I want
owns
anyone-
space.
He's gonna need help. He can't do it all himself.
Make a goddamn
He's
X-wing
got the
flying around shooting
superpowers.
people.
I mean, if he was smart, which he is, I think that he would work with these people.
I think-
but he would still be the top dog.
I think
you
if
know?
he was smart, he would say, fuck Jeff. Fuck. Actually, you
That's
might get Tim on his side. Tim Cook, whatever. But if he was really smart, you get Billy. Say, hey, Billy, I know you don't really give a shit about any of this, right? But what do you say you and me get to fucking Mars? Your name will be slapped right there on the plaque. It'll be good to go.
What does Bill Gates have to offer?
A lot of funding. I'm sure he has thousands and thousands of connections.
Isn't Bill Gates the?
I mean, Elon's probably got
richest-
thousands and thousands. of
Yeah,
connections.
true, but I mean, Bill Gates has been doing this for a long time. He's
Yeah.
been a top dog for a long time.
I'll say this though: if Elon does get to Mars, Kanye West is gonna be the first concert on Mars.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be nuts.
Hey, you know
That
what?
fucking
And I'll be
guy.
there. So fuck you guys.
Just for that, I might get the check.
Fucking
if that was
Jesus
the
is King
poster-
7 on the
Yeah.
fucking Mars.
You know what? And he'll be the first one up there too, because him and Elon, they talk.
Oh, when they're posting pictures of each other hanging out. Oh, I would love to hear the conversations that are going
Yeah, me
on.
too.
For sure.
I think that, what was I going to say? I completely lost my train of thought, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Oh, well, all right then.
It was something I was about to go off on Elon, too.
Kid's been railing Elon all
Yeah.
pod.
What's your problem with him?
He thinks he's a fucking evil space dictator.
Maybe he's just a really fucking smart guy that wants to make an impact.
That's what we said, and he said nope. He's fucking Palpatine.
Why?
Because you only live once.
Okay.
Exactly. That's why he wants to conquer the world.
But he said on a podcast, he said, you were talking about AI,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
This is why I don't like him anymore. He said,
What podcast?
it was on Joe Rogan, the
Joe
second
Rogan.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Seen it.
He said, because they were talking about AI and everything, he's like, wow, you're really involved. You really want this to work? And he goes, yeah, the human race, I feel like with AI, if you can't beat him, you might as well
Yeah.
join
Join
him.
him. Yeah.
Fuck him. He already gave up on us, Yates. He's gone. All right?
He's trying to help us.
Yeah.
He's trying to
No,
help
he's
us.
trying to get rid of us.
No.
He's
no.
trying to get rid of us. He wants
Why
to
would he get rid of
He-
his consumers?
He wants to fuck a robot.
Because we're too dumb. He doesn't care about the money. He cares about
But he's
this.
trying to make us smarter by putting a chip in our brain.
He wants us to become
That's
the
what you
robots so he
think.
can control us,
That's
take
what you
over
think,
Mars,
because-
take over Earth, take over the Milky Way.
Thank you.
I'm sold. I got a
Listen,
tinfoil hat,
sold.
dude.
Listen,
I got a tinfoil
I
hat.
want to make
Dog.
it clear because I feel like Kip's been talking so goddamn much that it makes it seem like we all agree with Kip's crazy ass conspiracy. We do not agree with this. We do not
Bro,
condone this
Listen,
behavior.
I think it's a grand
come
old
after
theory.
us.
I think it's a fucking great time to listen to this fucking diabolical plan that he's cooking up.
Have you seen?
I don't think it's very likely, but I think it's very funny to hear, and I'm for it if it does happen. That's pretty funny.
Have you seen that Elon? He doesn't put his kids in normal school. Like he made a school. Like
Oh.
he made a school for his children
You
to
mean
go to.
XY909er flight deck? Whatever that kid's
Alpha
name. I bet
Charlo
you
Bravo.
his intention for that kid, because all the other kids,
Multiple kids.
I know all the other kids has Greg Musk, Harry Musk.
I don't
What's
think-
that one's name? What's his name?
Harry Musk.
But the one that he just had is XY
Look it
up.
caliber
Can you look it up, bro?
909er.
Look it up, bro.
Look it up.
What, to know his name?
Yes.
I think
The
his,
name of his name.
his
The name of his
intention
name.
his intention for that kid is he wants that kid to take over pretty much. He's setting it up for where Elon could just run away with the universe, right? But that's too easy for him. He doesn't want that. So he has his son, right? Names him this bizarre ass name. So that way, in 100 years, when there's a whole galaxy battle, it's gonna be Elon versus X9J909er, and X9J909er is gonna whoop his ass. That's what I'm thinking.
You know what?
So
And
now-
then there's gonna be peace among all fucking the whole universe, and we're gonna live like Guardians of the Galaxy. Hey, you wanna go catch a movie on Jupiter tonight? Yeah, sure. We'll catch the 9 o'clock showing on Jupiter, and I think we're all just gonna have flying space jets.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you think that everything's gonna be fine in the end.
It is gonna be
That's-
fine in the
Yeah,
end.
I don't
Good.
even know how to pronounce
That's
this
good.
kid's
'Cause
name.
XJ99
That's the kid's name.
But
X.
if you click on
XAEA-12 is the kid's name.
AEA dash
it, it's
Yeah.
Ash.
barcode.
Who the fuck names their kid that?
Dude,
A fucking supervillain.
How you gonna explain that to a girl when you meet her?
It's.
Hey, what's your name?
that's a joke.
X14 to the second power.
The substitute teacher fucking. Hey, is X9 or 9 or 4J here?
Jesus.
It's pronounced X Ash A12 or X dash Ash. What the fuck am I saying? X dash Ash dash A dash 12.
No, there's no dash. It's just X Ash A12.
That's stupid.
All right, so his
Why is the
name's gonna
dash
be
there
Ash.
then?
Well, it's just to
Names in
separate
the ass.
the names.
Ash. Everyone's gonna call him Ash. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah.
It's a cool name.
It's a cool name.
It's like the Pokemon train.
I mean, the kid's not gonna be able to spell that thing until he's about in 6th grade.
Hey,
But
I'm sure that the schooling that he's giving his children is,
phenomenal.
100 years ahead of the education
They're
system
learning
that we
multiple
have.
languages. They're doing.
It's probably
You think-
smarter than
you-
Kip by
you-
now.
You think?
For
Oh, no
sure.
doubt.
You
You think?
There's no doubt. No.
You think he's gonna be smarter than Elon though? What is Elon's age?
If he has his dad's brain, which most likely does, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, does
You think that's a genetic
brain
thing?
does that genetically pass down?
Let me rephrase. I think that you have like there's like certain tendencies in your
Traits?
brain that you know are passed down through your genes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that, you know, at some points, like the way my dad thinks and the way that I think are like we kind of have similar mindsets, and I think that we can all see that with our parents. You know, maybe it's also due to them raising us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right? But I think that if, you know, we were born and then, you know, just kind of, you know, we grew up on our own, I think that we would still have somewhat of the same kind of like thinking process. I think so.
I feel like maybe it's just completely solely on how our childhood went.
You think it's solely based on your environment?
Yeah, and just the people who you grew up with around, they influenced you.
The classic nature versus nurture argument.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. It's like how we were saying, like the whole North Korean thing. Like, there's got to be someone there that thinks like, hey, this is fucked up. Like, we need to change this. But if every single person that's living there, if their dad and their dad all told them, no, this is how it is, this guy's he's a god, like we worship him, everything that he says is true. If you're just pounded as a young kid, brainwashed into thinking that,
you're gonna think that forever.
how is there a possibility that, I mean, that's all you know. There's nothing else.
There's nobody feeding you different perspectives. You know,
No.
it's like if you were to compare it to like in the United States where, you know, great grandfathers had slaves and then their kids had slaves, right? You think that it's okay, right? But then at the same time you're being given these different like points of view, like slavery is a bad thing, right? So it's little by little, and then it, you know, as it, you know, generations go by, people have changed their minds.
But
you know,
do you think in a nation like that there's ever going to be a time where someone just out of nowhere is like, wait a second, this is stupid, why are we doing this?
well, there's definitely people there. I
You
definitely
think?
believe that there's people there that think that. I mean, there's people that have escaped North Korea.
They don't know any better though.
That's what I'm
Most of them.
saying, like, well,
They don't know the difference of, you know, they only have that. They don't know good or bad because
They
that's the
can't
only
go
thing
on
they fucking
Instagram
know.
and see
No,
people
like-
in LA.
so I'm
living
saying,
life.
like,
yeah.
how could anyone not love him because that's all you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think there's like a possibility.
Like, it's like almost like people believing in God here, but then you also have people that will try to tell you that God's not real and give you reasoning on why God's not real.
I mean, if you
but there's no people there giving you reasoning why this
Yeah.
guy's not God.
Yeah.
if you think about it, that's a
So-
simulation right there in itself, Yates. North Korea's a simulation.
It's not a simulation.
It's a simulation.
No, it's just a
They're-
tough place.
No, ain't no simulation, dog.
Dude, they're simulating the
just-
fuck
It's just
out
a
of
big
North
old
Korea.
prison over there.
That's just wild, though.
You got one fucking shining light God, and that's all you have to hope for. You didn't get no food tonight. All you gotta do is stare at Kim
So
Jong
do you
Un's
think when
chubby
he faked his
face.
death that they were all just demolished?
Have you
Or
heard
God-
anything yet?
No, I haven't.
No, I
I haven't
haven't.
heard anything.
But have you heard anything?
No, I heard that he's alive.
Oh,
Oh, he is alive?
Yeah, he's alive. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard shit.
The only thing that I can remember hearing is his sister like preparing to take over.
but he's not dead.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
he's not dead. He's alive. I saw
he-
something like last
He got
week.
the COVID, huh? And he just started tripping
No,
out.
I think that he
it
had
was like-
surgery.
Yeah, it was a botched surgery, went bad and like
Really?
killed him.
I think
But-
that was a pretty simple surgery, or it wasn't like
Yeah.
a major, you know.
So
thing that was
something,
happening.
Something shady.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They were definitely planning something.
But who knows? They could just be lying to us. They could
That-
very
yeah.
well just be lying
They
to us.
could be
and
dead right
nothing
now.
ever happened.
I mean, think about it like this. Let's say...
Yeah, or it could be dead.
What if it could be like completely different inside there? Like they're just showing the outside world of how everybody else would think it is. But what if it's completely different in there? They're free
easily,
in there.
easily. What if it's a fucking paradise there?
Yeah.
No, they're a bunch of commies, dog. Fuck that place.
I just think that
It's not a
place
paradise.
Is, we
Not
don't
a
know
paradise.
everything about that place. Is what I.
Oh, we know nothing about that place besides. I mean, we have satellite images. Yeah.
What
But
if,
I mean,
what if it's
No,
just the
yeah,
U.S.
But what's
trying
going
to tell
on behind the
us?
scenes?
Yeah.
We have no clue.
What if it's... Oh, shit. What if it's the U.S. just saying, hey, North Korea is, like, super crazy, super bad over there? You know, no one's...
That's
no one's-
I've thought about that a couple of
What if
times. Where it's
that?
like, what if the U.S. is doing the same thing to us that we think that is happening in
Exactly.
North Korea? I mean, it's really unlikely because we're able to go to different countries and see other people.
True, but
Yeah.
except for that one.
well, fuck that place. You don't want
Yeah.
to go there. You're gonna get shot.
But if you go to Europe, I think that they have the same thing going on when they talk about North Korea.
Maybe.
No, I think so.
You think?
I mean,
No,
what
no,
else would they say, Kep? What would they be saying about North Korea?
I don't know. I don't think they have any beef with North
See,
Korea.
what if-
No,
we
North
did
Korea is a known dictatorship. Like they
Just think about, like,
I don't think
threatened.
anybody goes and tries to fuck with North Korea.
No,
That's
no
why
one
I-
really does. Because think about it like this. In North Korea, everyone thinks over there that the U.S. is terrible, right? They all
Probably.
say...
They probably get the same news feed.
Right?
Blah blah blah.
So they could be doing the same thing over here. In reality, are we really terrible? Like, are we a bunch of terrorists going to go take over the world? No. But
Well, no, I don't think in North Korea, they're saying that all Americans are, terrible people and they're shitty and whatever they say about us. But what we're saying here is about Kim Jong-un, about his leadership, not about the people there.
True.
So that's the difference, because if he wasn't the leader, if they had a democracy, if they were able to leave their country, we wouldn't be talking about, North Koreans like that.
True. I just don't think, like, let's say in this room, right? Everyone said, all right, Yates is the fucking god. Everyone worship Yates. Well, if every day Yates is a fucking asshole to me from the time I'm a kid to the time I'm 50, in my head, there's got to be something that's like, this guy's a fucking jerk,
Yeah.
right?
True.
Yeah.
So that's how I think.
If you're
maybe,
getting treated like shit your whole life, there's got to be a point where you're just
You're like, it's a
I'm
breaking
done.
point. You don't want to fucking.
I'm done, right?
Yeah.
You kind of want to rebel, you know what I mean? But they can't. You just get
But-
shot down.
but
It's just that thought in their head.
We think like, duh, like that's how it work, because we in our growing up we have all these different options. We meet people that we don't like and we tell them to fuck off, right? But over there they don't have that option. So this guy could be an asshole and they still just worship him.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
No.
Not a clue how.
I don't
it
think
works
we
over
will
there.
for a very long time.
I mean, imagine someone sneaks in and gets a documentary going.
What
That
if-
would blow up the
what if
fucking
it's a fucking
world.
utopia?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they would
interview.
go crazy.
What if North
Kip.
Korea figured it out? It's a utopia over there, and they're just
They didn't know Wakanda over there,
They made a
man.
contract where they're like, look, you could say whatever the fuck you want about us. We don't want any of your people coming over here, and we don't want any of our people leaving.
Well, the thing
So
about
you
them, I don't know how true this is, but like they don't go and just drop, like they don't go attack people.
No.
Like they stay there. They don't go fuck with anybody. Nobody goes and fucks with them.
I don't think that.
What if they figured it out?
Well, I don't think that a utopia would threaten to, drop a nuclear bomb
No,
on another country.
I think that's just them.
You think that's like other countries like playing that message into our heads?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
don't go to North Korea. They're all a bunch of fucking crazy.
They want to
stuff.
nuke
Don't
us
do
on
that.
Christmas Day, all that shit.
Yeah,
Remember
but
that?
really-
Remember
yeah.
that when he tweeted, or there was a threat circling around that Kim Jong Un said that he had a present for the
Yeah.
United States on Christmas Day.
I think maybe, possibility, they figured it out, and it's not world peace, but it's fucking peace in North Korea. They found the utopia. They don't want anyone else involved. The world's seeing, hey, let's see if this works. North Korea, try it out. We'll plan this whole stage act where your guys is a death hole. No one wants to go there, so we'll let you guys handle your thing. If it works, all right, then we'll have a bunch of different other countries start using it slowly, and then maybe eventually the whole world will just be fucking chilling.
That's quite a theory, Eddie. And
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I would-
you're out your socks on
yeah,
that
Yeah.
I would, you know what?
I think
yeah,
that's more far fetched than Elon being a goddamn Palpatine.
100%.
You think that's more far fetched?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That place is a shit show, kid.
Yeah.
More far
there's
fetched
no
than the
chance.
simulation.
Simulation is very likely.
all right.
one. I think it's fucked up over there. Like there's
Oh,
no
yeah.
way they got a damn Wakanda going on over there.
No way. All
Not
right.
a chance.
Like, that's all the time we have for today. We talked about a lot of fucking different shit, but I hope you all enjoyed. Link in the description below to that Neil deGrasse Tyson video that we talked about. Like and subscribe. We got our Twitter and Instagram down below, and I hope you guys have a good day.